Lisa with Authentic Victories, my special guest instructor today, Rocky. So today I put together a nice practice that's going to really focus on support and compassion. So I wanted this practice to kind of help us meet our yoga practice where it is on any given day. So the purpose of yoga really is to just each day approach the practice on what it can do to serve us both mentally, physically, and maybe a little bit emotionally. I want you to grab your mat, 2 blocks, or anything that you can kind of use for your hands for a little bit of extra support, and let's get started. All right, so our practice today is going to start in child's pose. So on the floor here, we want to take those knees nice and wide enough so that our chest can kind of relax between the legs. So as we settle ourselves, keeping the blocks kind of close, we're not going to need them right now, but I just want you to let your hips sink towards your heels. Maybe let the forehead relax to the floor. Keep those elbows nice and soft, because we're just going to start our practice here with a little bit of nice inhale and exhale. So really try to get nice, big, deep, expansive inhales and exhales here, because we want to use this time as kind of a transition so that we can kind of let our body, let our brain, let everything know that we're taking some time for ourselves. It's our transition from whatever was happening in our day to what we're going to do now in this yoga practice. So let's take 2 more nice big inhales and exhales. And 1 more nice big inhale. And exhale. All right, let's start to reach those fingers towards the top edge of our mat. We really should start to feel a stretch more in our shoulders, maybe down the sides here. Still remembering to breathe. All right, let's bring the hands all the way over to the right side of our mat. So as far to that right side as we can. When I extend through those fingertips, you're going to feel a nice stretch down the left side here. So just sink and settle into this, breathing nice and big. All right, let's bring the hands all the way over to the other side. So that left side here, so we'll bring that right hand on top. Just sinking into the pose, feel that stretch down the right side here. Nice. All right, we're coming back to the center. I want you to grab your blocks here. We're sticking in child's pose for a couple more movements here. So bringing the hands on top, we're just elevating those arms a little bit, deepening that child's pose stretch here. If that feels a little too abrasive, just bring the blocks a little bit closer to you. Let a little bit more of your arm relax on the mat, on the blocks here, and then just let your chest reach towards the floor. And take another nice big inhale in, exhale out here. All right, sticking here, bring the blocks even closer still. Last little child's pose variation, we're going to bring the elbows on top of the blocks. And again, chest relaxes towards the floor. Let the blocks support our elbows here. Kind of find a little deeper tricep stretch. Maybe the forehead can relax to the blocks. Again, we're just taking our time here, focusing on our breathing, just warming everything up. And 1 more breath here. All right, nice and slow. Start to bring ourselves up and out of child's pose. Just move those blocks a little bit forward here. Don't let them get too far. So from our tabletop, we want shoulders and wrists in line, hips and knees in line here. So we're going to take a couple of cat-cows. So we're going to have a nice round back in cat. Relax it through to cow. So you're just going to let your breath guide your movement here. Anytime you feel like maybe you need an extra breath in any one of the poses, here's your permission to kind of give yourself that extra moment if needed. Just like that. All right, let's take it one more time through here. Nice. All right, back to tabletop. So we're going to be using our blocks again here. So make sure, however your blocks are positioned, that they're not going to slip and slide. If they feel a little bit like they're going to move on you, you're just going to bring your hands down to the mat. So we're going to use our blocks here to come into our first down dog. So curling those toes under. I want you to send the hips up nice and tall toward the ceiling here. So hands can maybe come towards the edge if maybe they feel like they're slipping on the blocks here. I want you to just kind of move your heels a little bit back and forth, maybe bending the knees. Really think about lifting the hips up toward the ceiling, pressing your chest through here, and just take a couple of breaths. Get yourself nice and centered in our first down dog here. All right, let's start to walk the feet towards our hands. We're bringing it to a forward fold. So let that head and neck just relax here. Release the tension in the arms, release that tension in our head and neck. And just relax here. All right, nice big inhale. We're moving into some half sun salutations. So bringing the arms up and overhead, we're going to bring the palms together. Fingers reach towards the wall behind us, hips reach forward. We're going to take those elbows nice and wide. Back, forward, fold. All right, halfway lift, so hands to our shins, shoulders down and back, nice flat back. Relax, forward, fold. All right, inhale, bringing those arms up, palms together again. Little mini back bend. Elbows come nice and wide, back through, forward fold. Halfway lift, reaching those hips back behind us. Forward fold. All right, we're going to take it one more time here. It's a nice big inhale, reaching it up, palms together, bringing it up and back. Last one here. Elbows nice and wide. And just relaxing, forward fold. All right, so I want you to grab one of the blocks, nice and slow. We're going to bring ourselves up to standing here. So I'm just going to kind of turn towards the side so you can see what we're doing here. With our block, we're going to place it between the knees. We're going to take a little chair flow to warm us up before we move into our full sun salutations here. So, squeezing the block with the knees, I want you to activate those inner thighs. Reaching the arms up and overhead. We're going to bring the hands to heart center. I want you to send your hips down like you're trying to sit into a chair. Just hold it here. Great job. Reaching those arms up. Hands to back to heart center. Sit and hold. Still squeezing that block. There we go. Reach it up nice and tall. One more time here. Keeping that chest tall. We're not leaning forward. We want to keep the weight in our heels if we can. We're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Reaching it up. Bringing those hands through. Grab that block. And just bring both of them to the top of our mat. Okay. So now that we've kind of warmed up through our chair, let's get it really going here. We're going to go through 3 full sun salutations here. So we're going to reach the arms up nice and tall, hands to heart center, coming to chair. All right, reaching those arms up And then taking that forward fold. All right, halfway lift. Relaxing forward fold. Bringing the hands down. We're going to step the feet back to plank. And let's take a vinyasa here. So we're going to lower ourselves through to up dog. Let those shoulders relax. Back down dog. All right, here we go. Number 2. Walk those feet to our hands. Forward fold. Inhale up. Exhale. Let's take it to chair. Reaching those arms tall. Taking it through. Forward fold. All right, little halfway lift. Relaxing forward fold. All right, we're stepping it to plank here. Taking that vinyasa into up dog and back down dog. All right, one more time. Walk those feet to our hands. Forward fold. Reach those arms tall. Back to chair. All right, reach it up. Forward fold. And halfway lift. Relax it down. All right, step those feet back. One more time, vinyasa. And back down dog. Nice job. So if at any point vinyasas or down dog gets to be too much, child's pose. Give yourself that break. Give yourself a moment here. All right, we're going to take that right leg, reach it up toward the ceiling. I want you to step it through to your hands. Left knee comes down. Block to the inside of our right foot. All right, so staying where you are, block inside that right foot. Left knee down. So left hand comes to our block, right hand to our knee to start. So we're focusing on that twist, chest open to the side here. Nice and big, remembering to breathe. All right, now we're going to reach the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Tuck those left toes under. Let's bring the left knee up. Twisted side angle. Great job. All right. Now we're going to bring both arms up nice and tall toward the ceiling. Crescent here. So I want you to take those elbows wide like you're trying to squeeze them back behind you. Reaching the arms up, hands to heart center. We're going to take a crescent twist. So we have a couple of options here. Right hand to the hip, left hand to the outside of the knee, focusing on that twist. Option 2 would be hands to heart center. Bring that left elbow across and press the palms together. Both options are amazing. So choose your adventure today. Back to center. All right, let's take it one more time. Elbows wide. Reaching those arms up nice and tall. Hands to heart center. Picking your crescent twist version here. There we go. All right. You're going to bring both hands down. Step those feet back to plank. Let's take a vinyasa here. Through to up dog. And back to down dog. All right, from our down dog, sending that left leg up nice and tall. Stepping it through to our hands, low lunge. Let the right knee come down this time. Block to the inside of the left foot. So right hand comes down. Remembering to breathe here. Really focus on that twist as we start. So if it's not really big, don't worry about it. If you need to bring the block away from that foot a little bit more to kind of accommodate that twist, certainly can. All right, we're taking it to that twisted side angle. So we're going to extend the left arm to start. Let's bring the right knee up, reaching through those fingertips. Great job. All right. As we bring it up to crescent, sometimes you might need a moment to find that balance, and that's okay. So reaching the arms. Now let's take those elbows wide. Awesome. Taking the arms up, hands to heart center. Here we go. Let's twist it to the left this time. Both options. Left hand to that hip, right hand to the knee. Whichever twist feels more accessible today. Sometimes you may need to start with a little bigger twist and maybe work your way towards a little tighter. So back to crescent. Here we go. Elbows wide. Squeezing them. All right, reaching those hands up through to heart center. Crescent twist to the left. So we want that back leg nice and strong. Think about pressing the palms together, thumbs towards the center of our chest. Beautiful. All right, let's bring those hands down. Left foot steps back. All right, here we go. Taking our vinyasa here into up dog. And back to down dog. All right, let's send that right leg up toward the ceiling here. We're going to bring it through to our hands. While we're here, bringing that block to the inside of the right foot, up to crescent. So we want that left heel to come down onto the floor. Foot's going to be at a little bit of an angle, which brings us to warrior one. Then we're going to take those arms open, warrior two. So we still want that knee over the ankle when we got reaching through those fingertips. So we're going to start with reverse warrior. So you're going to reach the right arm forward and then bringing it up toward the ceiling. So left hand can track down that back leg or wrap to the small of the back, wherever it feels comfortable. We want to keep that knee bent. Arms back to warrior two. We're going to come to side angle. So again, we're reaching forward. Let that right hand come down to our block. Left hand up toward the ceiling. It's a little bit of a workout here for you. There we go. Bringing it back. Warrior two. All right. Reverse warrior here. That's it. Back to warrior two. Side angle. Try to reach forward as far as you can and then bring that hand to the block. If it needs to be a little higher, you certainly can. If it needs to be lower, if that's your practice. What we want to focus on is our chest nice and tall, nice and open, and a line from like the top of that left hand all the way through our shoulders and out the right. Perfect. One more time through. Warrior two. Here we go. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Side angle. Reach through those fingers. Breathing here. You're doing great. All right. Bringing those hands down. Here we go. Step the right foot back. And vinyasa. Back to down dog. All right, let's take it to the left side here. So left foot reaches up. We're going to step it through to that hand. Block to the inside of our left foot now. Rise at crescent. Same thing here. So bringing the right heel down, you're going to find that angle. Warrior one. So hips are squaring forward. Now we're going to open up. Warrior two. So the back edge of that right foot is going to be parallel to the back edge of our mat. Reaching through those fingers. All right, reverse warrior here. Bringing that left arm up and over. Front knee stays bent. Back warrior two. Here we go. Side angle. So left hand comes down this time. We're reaching that right arm up, nice and tall. And back, warrior two. Here we go, reverse warrior. Hand can wrap to the small of the back if we'd like, or just let it relax down that leg. Warrior 2, side angle. So really the purpose of the blocks is just to bring the ground closer to you. It's not a cheat. It just kind of helps your body make the pose what it needs to be so you get some benefit from it. All right, last one through here. Reverse warrior to start. Back warrior 2. One more time. Side angle. That's it. Perfect. All right. Bringing those hands down. Left foot's going to step back. All right, here we go. Vinyasa. Through to up dog. And back down dog. All right. Let's walk those feet to our hands. Forward fold. I'm just going to grab a block to someplace for my hands to just kind of relax. And again, just let that head and neck relax. Maybe find a little sway here. Maybe a little ragdoll. Hands wrapped around our elbows. You should really feel a nice stretch through the back. So we just let everything relax. Good job. All right, so we're going to nice and slow bring ourselves back up to standing. So we're going back to kind of our chair flow. So we're going to grab a block again. So I'm just going to turn towards the side so you can kind of have a little better visual here. Like we did that first time through. Block between our knees here. So I want you to inhale, arms up nice and tall, but this time keep those arms extended. So you squeeze the block, sink those hips back. So let your shoulders relax. Don't let them start to creep towards the ears. Nice and big. Good job. And reach it up. Inhale in. Exhale, chair. Great job. We're going to hold it here. Perfect. One more time. This time, little variation, bringing those arms back behind us like you're trying to squeeze a big beach ball. Think about opening through that chest, squeezing the block. There we go. Reach it up nice and tall. Relaxing the arms. We're going to bring up the block down to the floor here. Nice big inhale. Arms up. Exhale, let's release those hands through to forward fold. So, with our feet about hip distance apart, we're going to keep the right hand down. I want you to reach that left arm up toward the ceiling. So you see there's a little bend in my right knee. I want you to lock out that left knee, but I just want you to think about lifting your hip toward the ceiling. You should feel a stretch to the outside of the leg here. Remembering to breathe. Perfect. All right. Other side here. So left hand down. Let's reach that right arm up. Same thing. So left knee kind of bends. Let's lift through the right. Remember to breathe. Nice job. And back. Forward fold. All right. So with both of our blocks, since we're standing, we're going to kind of take it to a couple more standing postures here. So I want you to bring both blocks up on their kind of highest setting. So that long edge. We're going to come into a little bit of pyramid here. So this is going to get the back of the legs. So we're going to bring that right foot in between both blocks. Left foot is going to step back about half a lunge. We don't want it nice and big. We want both feet to be firm and flat on the floor. Toes facing forward, hips facing forward. So then we're just going to nice and slow bring the hands to the blocks. So let's think about pressing the hips towards the wall behind us. Again, let that head relax. This one we're going to feel to the back of that right leg. And just breathe. All right, we're going to sneak in a little balance work. So you're grabbing both blocks, take them forward just a little bit, standing split. So we're going to send that left leg up. Okay, I don't want you to strain the neck. Still let that head relax. Nose points towards the knee. There we go. And then left foot to meet our right. Bringing the blocks back. And bring ourselves up to standing. So in our standing split, we're not worried if our leg doesn't get too high up. I just want you to kind of challenge that movement a little bit. So let's take it to the other side. So we're going to plant the left foot here, stepping that right foot back. It doesn't have to necessarily be like one foot right behind the other. You can kind of take them wide like train tracks if that feels comfortable. All right, for me it helps to put hands on my hips so that I can kind of focus on keeping my hips forward. And then as I hinge, bring the hands towards the blocks. Let's press the hips back towards the wall behind us. Nice stretch through the back of the left leg here. Let your head relax and just breathe. Let's take one more breath here. All right. Blocks forward, standing split to that opposite side. So right leg comes up. So again, see, my leg doesn't come up super high, and that's okay. Maybe it's down like this. Kind of challenge that right leg up. Great job. All right, bring both feet together. Forward fold here. All right, so we're going to keep one block here at the front. One block here at the back of our mat here. So we're going to come into kind of some final moves here before we get down back onto the floor, finish up with some static stretching. So I want you to step your feet nice and wide. So this is called our goddess stance. So the toes are kind of facing towards those corners. Heels are in towards the center. We're just going to bring the hands to the middle of our chest, and we're going to sink into a squat. So our chest stays tall, knees stay open, and then slowly back up. Here we go for 2. Nice and slow. We're going to pause here. You should feel a little bit of a stretch to that inside. All the way back up. One more time. Slowly lower. Pause here. Nice job. All the way back up. All right. So we're going to bring that left foot so that the edge is parallel to the mat. We're going to turn the right toes towards the top of our mat, bringing us to warrior 2. We want that block to the inside of our right foot on that probably highest setting so that it's nice and tall, because we're going to straighten the right leg. We're coming to triangle. So extending through those fingers, hips come back, right arm reaches forward, and we're going to bring it down to the block. Left hand comes up, or it can stay to the hip. Maybe the arms are feeling a little bit fried. We can't focus on that big turn in the chest as much. We're reaching through those fingers. There we go. And back, warrior 2. We're going to inhale, straightening that leg, palms to touch, and then exhale, warrior 2. Inhale up, exhale, sink. All right, inhale, reach it up, keeping that leg straight. Let's bring the arms back. One more time, triangle. So bringing that right hand down. So we should think about pressing the hips towards that long edge of our mat. You're going to get a nice stretch to the inside of the right leg here. Perfect. This is one of my favorite stretches. Nice job. All right. Back, warrior 2. So we're going to finish the flow on this side with one more balance pose. We're going to come to half moon. So we want that block forward just a little bit, because we're going to bring the right hand to the block, left hand, left leg lifts up. So as we maybe start to hop those legs up, Let's bring the right hand down to the block. Extend through the left. So you want that belly button pulled back to the spine, nice strong core. Trying to open that chest as big as we can here. Balance and hold. 2 more breaths. You got this. 1 more. All right. Drop that foot back. All right. We're taking it to the other side here. So, like we did for the right foot kind of turns towards that angle. So we want it parallel to the back edge. We're going to grab our block. Left toes turn towards the edge. Block to the inside as we start in Warrior 2. All right, let's straighten the left leg, coming to triangle here. We're going to bring that left hand down, right arm up or to the hip, wherever it feels comfortable, or at least maybe not actively painful. And just breathing here. Nice work. We are almost to that good part. Although this is the good part. All right, let's bring it back. Warrior 2. All right, as we bring those arms up, straightening that right leg and sink. Reach those arms up, leg straightens and back. Last time. So we bring those arms up, leg is straight. All right, one more time. Let's take it to triangle here. So we bring that left hand down. Breathing here. That looks good, guys. Nice work. All right, and back, Warrior 2. All right, same thought here. So we want that block forward just a little bit, focusing on our balance here. So half moon. So left hand is reaching towards the block. We're gonna pop that right leg up. So maybe a little hop. Let's bring the left hand down. If you fall out of the pose, that's okay. Hop back in. One side, sometimes the balance feels a little bit more stable than the other, and that's okay. That's kind of why we challenge it, why we practice it. 2 more breaths here. See? Each time, sometimes you pop out of it. 1 more breath. Great job. Drop those feet back. We want to keep those legs nice and wide. If they need to step together just a little bit more, find what's comfortable. We want a little slight bend in the knee. We're just going to take those shoulders forward here. This one I love to kind of get into that back. Find that twist here. Nice work, guys. All right, once more each side. Back to the center. Let's step those feet together. We're hopping down onto our mat, into seated here. So I want you to take that right leg out, toes toward the ceiling. Left foot can kind of come towards the inside of our leg here. So I want you to be active in that right foot, toes up, turning the chest toward that leg. We're just going to start to walk the hands towards that foot. So I don't want you to kind of hunch over. I want you to keep that spine nice and tall, shoulders relaxed, so maybe you don't get walked down too far, and that's okay. We just want to make sure we get that stretch one more time to the back of that leg here. All right, let's take it to that other side. So left leg out, right leg to the inside. Active foot, chest turns towards that leg, and let's start to walk the hands towards our left foot here. Let those shoulders relax and breathe. And one more nice big inhale, exhale here, and let's bring it up to the top. So we're going to take a little variation of pigeon today. So kind of seated, feet kind of planted to the floor, legs a little bit bent. We're going to cross that right leg over the left. So we want to kind of spring that left heel back towards us, hands down towards our hips, like we're pressing the chest towards the leg. So what we want to feel is a stretch to the outside of our right hip. Don't let that foot go limp. If we flex that foot, that's going to help us get that stretch a little bit. If that doesn't feel comfortable, we're just going to kind of, the other option would just be kind of hugging that knee in towards our chest. Maybe let that left leg support us a little bit. Keeping that chest nice and tall. Breathing here. Let's take 2 more breaths. You guys are doing great. All right. Maybe wiggle the legs a little bit. Let's take it to the other side. So we'll cross that left leg over. Start to bring that right heel back. Sometimes it kind of helps maybe to add a little pressure on that knee. Sometimes all we need to do is sit up a little bit taller. And always that variation to maybe provide a little support here so that you get that stretch to the outside. Looks good. 2 more breaths. One more. Nice job. All right, let's relax those legs here. We're going to roll all the way down onto our back. All right, so as we roll all the way down, we're going to bend the knees, walk those heels back towards us with our block. We're going to bring that block in between our knees. We're going to take a little bit of gentle bridge to start. So I want you to squeeze the block with the knees, lift and lower the hips. Just nice and slow here. Lift and lower. All right. Now we're going to take 2 bridge holds here. So as we press the feet down, lift those hips up, maybe roll the shoulder blades under. I want you to still squeeze that block. Squeeze the glutes here. We're going to open up those hips, stretch through the quads, get that low back. That's it. And then slowly, we'll lower all the way down. Bringing those knees towards our chest, maybe rock a little side to side. Maybe take a couple of circles here. Nice work. All right, let's bring the feet back down. We're going to take 1 more bridge hold. Sometimes it does help to kind of grab the edges of the mat. That can kind of provide you a little bit of leverage here. So let's pop those hips up, maybe grab the mat. So everything nice and tight. So let those knees squeeze the block. Don't drop the block here. Squeezing through the glutes. Hopefully you have your cheerleader here cheering you on. All right, nice and slow. Rolling the back down. We'll bring the block to the side. Let's just take those knees side to side. Take a little windshield wipers here so the feet can step kind of wide. All right, so let that right leg just relax to the floor. We're going to bring the right knee in towards our chest. We're going to finish with a big twist here. I always kind of like to give my ankle a couple of circles here. And we're going to bring the right knee across, extending through the right arm. So you can still use the block here if it feels like your knee maybe needs a little bit of support. We want to try to keep that chest open towards the ceiling here. Trying to keep those shoulder blades towards the floor. Nice big twist, or as what feels comfortable or good here. Let's take one more nice big breath. All right, slowly bringing that right knee back as we switch sides here. So right leg can come down, left knee in towards our chest. Let's circle that ankle just a little bit here. Breathing deep. All right, let's take that left knee all the way across. Just being mindful that each side stretches a little bit differently. We want that chest towards the ceiling. Extend through those left fingertips. And just relax and breathe here. One more nice big inhale and exhale. As we bring that left back to the center here. We're finished with a little reclining butterfly. So bottoms of the feet together, just let those knees relax open. Always an opportunity to use those blocks to support the knees on both sides if you'd like, or just kind of let gravity. Last little inner thigh stretch here, hips, all that good stuff. Slowly bring those knees towards the top. Let's extend the legs, arms up and overhead. I want you to reach through those fingers, reach through the toes, stretch the whole front part of our body here. And then we're just going to let the arms relax. Eyes can close as we finish with a little final relaxation or shavasana. You are welcome to hang out in this final pose for as long as you need to. Eyes can close. We're just going to let the breathing relax. I want you to lose that tension in our forehead. Maybe we need to rub that tension out. Let the jaw relax, let the tongue relax. Shoulders open, arms down to the side. So you can finish laying on your back. If that doesn't feel comfortable, we're going to bend the knees, step those feet wide, just let the knees relax together. Maybe it feels better to lay on our side. Maybe you want to grab a blanket or a sweatshirt to kind of help keep us comfortable. But this is really just your chance to finish your practice. Just going inward just one more time, letting your body integrate all of the work that we've done this last half hour or so. You've done great work. You deserve this chance to rest. And just breathe. So as you feel your chest rise and fall, maybe bringing some attention back to your breathing, noticing the rise and fall. Allow each inhale and exhale to bring some movement to your fingers, your toes. Let's start to circle the wrists and the ankles. And just nice and slow. However it feels best, just allow yourself to come back to your mat, back to the room. We're going to bring the knees towards our chest. Eyes can stay closed if it feels comfortable. If you want to open them, surely can. We're going to slowly roll to our side. And just taking a moment here. And then nice and slow, we're going to come to seated here. So again, eyes can close if we feel comfortable. legs can cross. Again, taking our time. Let those arms relax. Maybe take a couple rolls with our shoulders here. Maybe roll the neck a couple of times here. Let that right ear rest towards the shoulder. And then roll that left ear towards the left shoulder. Back to the center. And eyes can stay closed or open as you feel comfortable. Let those hands float to the side. So we're going to finish with one final group inhale here. So inhale, reaching the arms up, palms together. Exhale, bring those hands through to our heart center here. And just kind of find that little quiet moment, that little peaceful moment that you can take with you as you step off of your mat and into your day. Knowing that there are so many ways that you can find to support yourself in ways that feel good and encouraging. There are ways to show some self-compassion, to meet yourself where you are today, not where you think you need to be. And I hope you return to this practice anytime you just need a little pick-me-up. You need to know that your body is capable of amazing things. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you enjoy this practice and join me again for another practice. As always, I am here with you and here to support you. Thank you for joining.